I just wanted to say a few things. And first of all, as I said in the last sitting on Friday, the Treasury, the Social Security Minister and the Treasury Minister and the Treasurer are, making a rational decision to use money that is available to them that wouldn't.
What's interesting about this is that in an emergency, a totally different format for the states has been created. Now, it's a bit unfortunate. Obviously, the cameras are causing problems. You can't see the people speaking. We don't know. They're all speaking on some electrical devices, which are obviously not working very well. But it just shows that it doesn't have to take place in a stuffy old building which is very largely unsuitable for state meetings. It's not a very accessible meeting place. The public can't easily access it. Government can take place in much less formal places such as this. So let's hope that the whole process, when we ever get out of this current dreadful catastrophe which has hit us, that these things can be looked at. Obviously, whether the bailiff ought to be sitting there or whether it ought to be the greffier sitting there or somebody else not involved. But anyway, for today, for practical purposes, it's the bailiff sitting there. And it looks like your local, going to have a consultation with your doctor or your friendly solicitor on a family matter, doesn't it?
Doing by not placing this money into the fund is
I'm using a Skype device of some sort. I don't know what, and I'm filming it with a Canon camcorder, very primitive. But it just shows the potential for people to participate in government, doesn't it? Because most people have got very sophisticated little telephones, communications units, which allow them to communicate. So the ritual of current democratic thinking doesn't have to persevere, does it? It can be changed. Scrutiny, for example. Why can't the general public participate online at scrutiny, and the whole process of scrutiny? There's going to be a scrutiny this week, and the public is to be invited to send in, or has been invited to send in questions. It'll be interesting to see how that works. Whether the scrutiny panel will actually meet anywhere, I've no idea. I don't know. But everything now is up for review. It's an emergency situation which has fallen upon us. But what a great opportunity it is to change things, to actually improve things.
The next 15 years provide us with a time frame for this extra funding being placed into the Social Security Fund. There is an important aspect, and this came from a senior member of the state, who, when I was discussing this with them, they said that when the Social Security Fund was set up, the idea was that it was to be a kind of tripartite sharing of the burden for pensions and health service, etc. And that was a third to come from the employer, a third to come from the employee, and a third to come from the state. I have no reason to disbelieve that.
I'm going to stop there. You get the drift.